My name is Dr. B.T. Sulekha, Assistant Professor in Zoology, Lesson College, Kallam. The topic is dentition in mammals. What is dentition? Dentition means the number, kind and arrangement of teeth in vertebrates. There are different kinds of mammals. Toothed mammals are there, toothless mammals, and some have tooth only in the fetal condition. And the structure of tooth, this tooth is, in the case of mammalia, typically the tooth is thecodont. That means it is located in sockets or theca of the jawbone. That is called the alveoli. That socket is called alveoli. And the teeth is divided into three parts: root, neck and crown. The part buried in the alveolus. The part buried in the alveolus is called, this is the root. Part buried in the alveolus is called dental root, and the projected part of the tooth above to the gum, that is called crown. And in between the crown and the root there is a junction, it is called the neck. And the dental root, that is separated from the jawbone. This is the jawbone and this is the gum, and this dental root is separated from the jawbone with a peridental membrane or alveolar membrane, and this is the peridental ligament or peridental membrane that separate the root from the bone. Then this peridental membrane is calcified bundle of white colored fibers called Sharpie's fibers. And this tooth is formed of three types of hard calcified tissues. It is called dentine or ivory, dental enamel and dental cement. Dentine means this is the dentine, hard elastic substance similar to bone, that much hard, and it forms the body of the tooth. And this is the dentine, and the enamel that is seen over to the dentine above to the gum, that is called enamel, and this is a hard, dense and prismatic material, forms a cap over the crown, and it is made up of calcium and magnesium salts. Then the cementum, that is also hard material, physically and chemically allied to bone, and it forms a coating around the dental root and it fixes the root firmly in the alveolus. So the cement that is used for fixing the root firmly in the alveolus. Then this dentine that encloses a cavity that is called a pulp cavity, and inside the pulp cavity that is filled with a soft and vascular tissue that is called a dental pulp. And this dental pulp contains blood capillaries, nerve fibers and also dentine secreting mesodermal cells. This is called the odontoblast. And in most of the mammals, after certain stage of growth, the cavity of the pulp cavity, that becomes closed, and so the odontoblast will not get nourishment. The result is the growth of the tooth as well as the functioning of the tooth because of the absence of the nourishment. Such teeth are called closed rooted tooth. And another, some animals, they have open rooted tooth. That means, example is in elephant, the upper incisors, and in the case of walrus, upper canines, they are permanently or they are continuously growing teeth, and this is because of the permanent opening of the pulp cavity. That means the pulp cavity remains permanently opened and contains persistent pulp. The odontoblast continuously functional and the tooth goes on growing throughout its life. And the example is elephant and walrus. The closed tooth example most of the mammals including human. And the development that is similar to the placoid scales in shark, and the first it arised as the dermal or dental papilla. Outer columnar cells differentiated into the odontoblast, which secrete a layer of dentine on their outer surface. And outer to the dentine, a cap of hard enamel that is formed around the dentine. And the enamel is not produced over to the root portion. And the central portion of the dental papilla gives rise to the pulp which nourishes the tooth. Then the classification of teeth. According to the shape and the size of the tooth, the teeth are of two kinds, homodont and heterodont. Homodont means all the teeth are in same size and shape. And these are, the example is toothed whales. And in the case of heterodont, the teeth are in different sizes and shapes, and also the functions are different. And the example is human. We know the human have different types of teeth such as incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Another one classification according to the mode of attachment of teeth. There are three different type of attachment we can see. The first one is the thecodont. Here the teeth are lodged in bony sockets. This is the bony socket, and the teeth are lodged inside this socket, and the jawbone and the capillaries and nerves enters the pulp cavity. That means the teeth is immersed or the buried inside the socket or the alveoli of the jaw, and the root that get or the pulp cavity situated inside the dentine. It has the capillaries and the nerve, and through this it gets the nourishment. That type of the teeth is called the thecodont teeth, and one example is human. Acrodont teeth, here there is no root. The teeth are directly attached to the bone, fused with the underlying jawbone, and the jawbone is directly attached with the teeth through fibrous membrane. Example is acrodont teeth. Example is fishes, amphibians and some reptiles. In the type of pleurodont, here the teeth are also directly attached to the jawbone, but inner side of the jawbone. And this tooth touches the bone only with the outer surface of its root. Here the acrodont and pleurodont type of dentition, there are no roots, nerves and blood vessels do not enter the pulp cavity. And the necturus and some reptiles are examples of pleurodont teeth. Thecodont, acrodont and pleurodont. This is the socket. Inside this portion the teeth are located. According to the succession or replacement of teeth, there are three different types are found. They are monophyodont, diphyodont, polyphyodont. See, monophyodont means during the time of a lifetime, the mammals have only one set of teeth. Only one set of teeth developed during its lifetime, and this condition is called monophyodont. Marsupials, platypus, etc. are some examples of monophyodont teeth. They have only one set of teeth, and lifetime ഒറ്റ set teeth മാത്രമേ കാണത്തുള്ളൂ. Diaphragm teeth, here two sets of teeth are found. And one best example is human. We know we have two types of teeth. One is milk teeth or lacteal teeth, and another one is permanent teeth. So the milk teeth are formed during childhood, and the permanent teeth is formed after the removal of this milk teeth. Then the polyphyodont teeth. Here this condition, teeth are replaced continuously throughout the life. And example is most of the lower vertebrates, dogfish, snakes, etc. In heterodont condition, the teeth can be different kinds. 4 different kinds of teeth are present. They are incisors, canines, molars, and premolars. And the first one is the incisors. These are the narrow-edged tooth at the front of the mouth, and it is adapted for cutting. They are 4 in number on the upper jaw and 4 on lower jaw. And in human, these are conical, chisel-like, single-rooted and monocuspid teeth with undivided crown and sharp cutting edges. It has conical, chisel-like, single-rooted, monocuspid. There is only one. The crown is not divided, and it is a flat, sharp cutting type crown is present. And this is the monocuspid teeth, and the crown is undivided and the sharp cutting edge. The incisors have sharp cutting edge. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്, ഇതിനെ ഉളിപ്പല്ലെന്ന് തന്നെയാണ് പേര് പറയാറുള്ളത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് അതിൻ്റെ അറ്റം കട്ട് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് ഉപയോഗിക്കും. Then the second one is canines, and immediately behind the incisors the canines are situated, and they are single in each half of the jaw. ഒരു ജോയിൽ ഒരു സൈഡിൽ ഒരു കനൈൻ മാത്രമേ ഉണ്ടാകത്തുള്ളൂ. They are large, pointed, long crowned with a single root. It has also single root, but long crowned as well as large pointed. And the function is piercing and tearing the flesh. And this is also used in higher carnivorous animals. It is used for holding the prey. That means the canine has different function. One is piercing and tearing the flesh. Another one in carnivorous mammals have another one more function, that is holding the prey. In rodents and lagomorphs, the canine is absent, and between the incisors and the premolar, the canines are absent. That means there is a space is leaving, and this is called diastema. In horse, the canines are present, but they are relatively small. And what is cheek teeth? Cheek teeth are of two kinds. They are the premolars and molars. Premolars and molars are together known as cheek teeth. And this number is variable, usually not more than 4 pairs of each type in each jaw. ഒരു ജോയിൽ 4 എണ്ണത്തിൽ കൂടുതൽ ഉണ്ടാവത്തില്ല. പ്രീമോളാസും മോളാസും ഇവിടെ നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ 4 പെയറിൽ കൂടുതൽ ഉണ്ടാകാൻ വഴിയില്ല. അതായത് 8 എണ്ണമായിരിക്കും. 4 pairs of each type. ഓരോന്നിൻ്റെയും 4 പെയർ 8 എണ്ണം ഉണ്ടാവും. റൂട്ട് is branched or multi-rooted. Crown is divided into cusps or tubercles. Multi-rooted, that means here see, this is the canine and the incisors, they have single root, but here the premolars and molars have more than one root, and that is multi-rooted and multi-cuspid. That means the crown, this part, these are the premolars and these are the molars, and here these regions are divided and into cusps or tubercles, and it is called multicuspid. And in the case of premolars, these are the 2 premolars in human, and these are the 3 molars in human, and these premolars have 2 roots and 2 cusps, or that it is 2 cuspid crown, and it is called bicuspid or ditubercular. And it has also two roots, so it is called double rooted. And the molars, they have several roots as well as many cuspid crown. And see here we can see the cuspids, that is more than two, and the root is also more than two. So the root is called multi-rooted, and the cuspid crown, that is multi-cuspid or multi-tubercular. So the premolars double-rooted bicuspid, whereas molars are multi-rooted multi-cuspid. In carnivores, it has the premolars and the molars, or the cheek teeth. In different animals or in some animals, it has certain modifications. The first one is the carnivores. They have carnaceous teeth or sectorial teeth or shearing teeth. That is the last upper premolar. Upper സൈഡിലെ അവസാനത്തെ പ്രീമോളാറും ലോവർ സൈഡിലെ ഫസ്റ്റ് മോളാറും കൂടെ സ്പെഷ്യലൈസ് ചെയ്തതിന് ശേഷം it is for flesh eating. They are large and strong with sharp cutting cuts, just like the blade of scissors. അപ്പോൾ ഫ്ലഷിന് അതിനെ ഷെയർ ചെയ്ത് ക്രാക്ക് ചെയ്യാനൊക്കെ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അപ്പർ ലോയിലെ ലാസ്റ്റ് പ്രീമോളാറും ലോവർ ജോയിലെ ഫസ്റ്റ് മോളാറും ഒരുമിച്ച് ഒരു സിസർ പോലെ ആയി ഇരിപ്പുണ്ട്. ഇതിനെയാണ് കാർണീഷ്യൽ ടീത്ത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ദ ഫങ്ഷൻ ഈസ് ഷിയറിംഗ് ഫ്ലഷ് ആൻഡ് ക്രാക്കിംഗ് ബോൺസ്. Another one is lemurs. Here the first molar sharp and canine-like. They have sharp and canine-like first premolars. Whereas in the human, the last molars, they are called wisdom teeth. The eruption of this wisdom teeth is much belated or imperfectly formed or even absent. Sometimes it is absent. ചിലപ്പോൾ ഇത് ഇല്ലായിരിക്കാം, ചിലപ്പോൾ വളരെ താമസിച്ച് വരാം, അതല്ലെങ്കിൽ വളരെ അബ്നോർമലായിട്ട് ഇത് ഫോം ചെയ്ത് വരാം. Another one type is crab eater seals. Molars are provided with the denticulate process to filter plankton. ഇത് പ്ലാങ്ക്ടൺസിനെ ഫിൽട്ടർ ചെയ്യത്തക്ക രീതിയിൽ മോളാസ് ഒക്കെ മോഡിഫൈ ചെയ്ത് മാറിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. That is in the case of crab eater seal. Then see different types of cheek teeth. Cheek teeth are of various types depending on the number, shape and arrangement of cusp. They are buenodont, lophodont, selenodont, cycadont, hypsodont and brachiodont. Buenodont and lophodont, what are they? Buenodont, molar teeth with low conical cups meant for crushing. Low conical cups, that is for crushing. This is the cross section of buenodont teeth, and these teeth are present in pig, monkey, man, like mixed dieting and mammals have this buenodont type of teeth. The second one is lophodont. The cups are connected by several transverse ridges. They are called lophos. These transverse ridges are called lophos and adapted to grind all sorts of plants including grasses. So the plant eating animals have this type of interconnecting lophos or lophodont teeth, and the example is elephant. Then the next one is selenodont teeth. Molar with the vertical crescent shaped ridges. Molar with the vertical crescent shape grinding ആണ് ഫങ്ഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Shape ridges on the grinding surface. This is the grinding surface. Here the ridges are crescent shape. That is in the case of selenodont, and the camel is the example for selenodont teeth. And the next one is cycadont teeth. The cusps have sharp cutting. These are the sharp cutting cusps, and the sharp cutting edges for tearing and cutting fleshes. So the cycadont teeth are present in carnivores. These are the sharp cutting cusp, and this is present in the cycadont type of teeth, and it is present in carnivores. Then another two, hypsodont and brachiodont. based on the presence or absence of distinct dental roots and also the nature of growth of crown, two kinds of teeth. They are hypsodont and brachiodont. Teeth with high crown, and short root. See, these are the roots but these are the crown. So high crown and short root, that is hypsodont tooth, and this is same in horse. And the brachiodont tooth, here the molar teeth with the low crowns and short root. Low crown and short root. The root is short as well as the crown is very low in structure. Yes, that is brachiodont teeth, and the example is cow. See the dental formula. The number of teeth in any particular species remains constant but varies with different species. So the number of teeth is expressed by a sort of equation and is called dental formula. Different species in different types of teeth ഉണ്ട്. ഒരു സ്പീഷീസിന് ഒരുപോലെ തന്നെയായിരിക്കും അതിൻ്റെ നമ്പർ ആയാലും സൈസ് ആയാലും ഷേപ്പ് ആയാലും, but different species have different type of teeth. So the number of teeth is expressed by an equation that is called the dental formula. Mammalian heterodonty can be expressed by a dental formula which gives the number of each type of tooth in each half of the upper jaw. See, this is the upper jaw, teeth in upper jaw, and this is the teeth in lower jaw. And here we can see 16 teeth, and here another 16 teeth, and altogether 32. That is the condition in human. And here 4 incisors are present in upper and lower jaw. 2 canines are present. Then 4 premolars and 6 molars. That is the condition in upper jaw. But here we can divide the upper jaw into 2. If we draw a line through this portion between the incisors, we get 2 half. Upper jaw can be divided into 2 half, like the lower jaw is also can be divided into 2 half, and we will get equal type and size and number of teeth on each half of the jaw. And one side of the jaw, here in the dental formula, it represents the upper jaw, the half portion of the upper jaw and the half portion of the lower jaw. Here consider the half portion of the upper jaw and half portion of the lower jaw. And then see a numerator and a denominator. These are represented by a horizontal line, and the numerator represent the upper jaw and the denominator represent the lower jaw. And the kind of teeth is indicated by initial letter. That means incisors, the first letter is I, canine C, premolar PM, and molar M. Here we can see I 2 by 2 means incisors, upper jaw 2 incisors, and in lower jaw also 2. Canine C 1 by 1 means 1 canine on upper jaw and 1 on lower jaw. Premolars 2 by 2 means 2 on upper half and 2 on lower half. Then molars, here 3 by 3 means 3 in the upper half of the jaw and 3 in the lower half of the jaw. Okay, so the incisors, if we take this upper jaw, half portion of the upper jaw, these are the 2 incisors. That is seen here, I 2 by 2, here 2 and here 2. Then 1 canine, that is 1 by 1. And then 2 premolar, and this is 2. And here 3 molars seen, and molars 3 by 3. And the numerator into 2, that means we must consider the other half also. So together into 2 we get 16, and the denominator is also multiplied with 2, and again we get 116, and the 16 plus 16, the total number of dentition or the teeth in human, that is 32. So this is the type of dental formula, and when a certain type of tooth is absent, so here a 0 is used to indicate the fact. Here we can see certain type of dental formula. The carnivorous cat, dog, etc. These are carnivorous animals. So here the carnivores have all the 4 type of teeth are present, and the omnivores, these also have all the type of teeth. But see, herbivores, here we can see certain zeros in between the numbers. Why? We know the cow, rabbit, sheep, all these are herbivores. The horse is also herbivore, but they have the canine, but they are small in size. But here in the case of cow, rabbit and sheep, here we can see zeros in the position of the canine, and this is because of the absence of canine. So the incisors, and between the incisors and the premolar, there is a gap will form, and it is called a diastema. And cow, rabbit and sheep, all these herbivores showing the diastema. And in addition to this, cow and sheep, they have no upper incisors. That means here also they put 0 because of the absence of, it denotes the absence of incisors. And the lower jaw possesses 4 incisors in cow, whereas in sheep it is 3. And this is certain dental formula of mammals, common mammals, carnivores, omnivores and herbivores. And all these are about the dentition in mammals. സാധാരണ ഇത് എസ്സേ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആയിട്ട് ഡെന്റേഷൻ ഇൻ മാമൽസ് ചോദിക്കാറുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ 1 മാർക്ക്, 2 മാർക്ക്, 4 മാർക്സ് ഏത് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യന് വേണമെങ്കിലും ചോദിക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന തരത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു പോർഷനാണ് ഡെന്റേഷൻ ഇൻ മാമൽസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു.